Hi, I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings, and today we're going to take a look at deer-proof shrubs, trialed, tested, and proven from proven winners. So what exactly does deer-proof mean? Deer-proof is kind of a big statement. As we know, there is absolutely no plant that is entirely deer-proof. If deer are hungry enough, they will eat a plant that's available to them. But the shrubs we're going to show you today they all have an A rating, which is an excellent rating for their deer-proof or their deer resistance. These are plants that are rarely or seldom browsed by deer. So if you're looking for a good starting point of shrubs to choose for your garden, if you do have that deer pressure, this is going to be a good starting point of things for you to choose. We're going to find some evergreens. We're going to have some flowering shrubs. We're going to have just a lot of different varieties. So even if you're looking to kind of mix and match your garden a little bit, there's going to be a lot of choices for you in this gorgeous deer-proof line. So let's go ahead and take a walk through these gardens and see what we can show you today. Boxwood are a great evergreen, most notably known for hedging or just foundation plantings around the house. Boxwood are typically hardy in zones 4 or 5, depending on the variety, up to zone 9. And they're a nice evergreen that you can shape into a ball. You can create a nice flat hedge, or you can just kind of let them go naturally and enjoy them however it is that you like best. They are part of the deer-proof series, so you're not going to have to worry about the deer doing any pruning on these plants for you. If pruning needs to be done, it's going to be done by you. This here is the Vitex Rock Steady. This is also known as a chase tree. And they were selected for their long display of these gorgeous blue multi-stem flowers. It can get 4 to 12 foot tall and 4 to 5 foot wide. So depending on the age of the plant will kind of depend on how tall this plant gets. Also too, where you live in the warmer climates, it's going to grow quicker than it does in the cooler climates. This is a deer resistant shrub that is not only deer resistant, it also is an excellent pollinator plant. So if you're looking for something that not only is deer resistant, but also attracts those pollinators to your garden, this great midsummer bloomer is a great choice for doing just that. Now back to a little bit more foliage. We're going to look here at the Barberry. Barberry come in a lot of different colors. They come in shades of burgundy, reds, oranges, chartreuses, and even a lot of variegation as well. Barberry are hardy in zones 4 to 8, and depending on the variety you choose, they could come in a lot of different height and width options. So I've seen little guys that are as low as about 18 inches tall, but we've seen taller ones that can get 4 to 5 foot tall. Barberry do have small thorns on them. So a lot of times people will use these underneath like bedroom windows or something to deter people from trying to break in. One thing I do find with Barberry is the more sun they get, the more vibrant and more intense their coloration is. It's a great plant to kind of break up the greens in the garden, especially if you're looking at the chartreuses or the oranges or the burgundies. It adds so much interest with its foliage color. Another plant that is also deer resistant is an Abelia. And this here, unfortunately, it's not in its prime color right now because that would be a fall color. But this is a Sweet Emotion Blaze Abelia. In the fall, it has vibrant reddish orange foliage. And in the spring and summer, it's got gorgeous, fragrant white blooms. Sweet Emotion Blaze is hardy in zones 4 to 8 and gets 5 to 6 foot tall and 4 to 5 foot wide. It attracts the pollinators, the butterflies, the hummingbirds, and is just a great shrub for multi-seasons of interest from flower to foliage. A great flowering shrub with fall interest is the Caryopteris Sunshine Blue 2. Even though it's not fall right now, we still have that gorgeous chartreuse yellowish green foliage. In the fall, it's got really beautiful blue flowers. We'll pop a picture up on the screen so you can see what the fall interest looks like. Sunshine Blue 2 is hardy in zones 5 to 9. It's more of a compact shrub, only getting 3 foot tall and 3 foot wide. It attracts those late season pollinators with its gorgeous blue flowers. So the butterflies, the hummingbirds, and the bumblebees are sure to visit. Now, another great evergreen option is a juniper. This is the Montana moss juniper. So I love that blue-gray foliage of Montana moss. It's hardy in zones 4 to 9 and gets 2 to 4 foot tall and 3 to 5 foot wide. So this I would consider more of a ground cover type evergreen. And this is one of those evergreens that the deer are going to stay away from. A lot of times they'll be going after your arborvitaes and such, but juniper is a great classification of shrubs that the deer stay away from. Montana moss is a cool blue compact spreading juniper with soft, attractive moss-like foliage. Here we have the gorgeous Mucho Gusto Abelia. And I know we just talked about Abelia a little bit ago with a Sweet Emotion Blaze. But one thing you'll find different here with the Mucho Gusto is it's got gorgeous variegated foliage. You'll see that it's got shades of green or chartreuse green in the center with a lighter creamy edge. Mucho Gusto is hardy in zones 5 to 9 and gets 2 to 3.5 foot tall and 3 to 5 foot wide. So it's got more of a spreading habit than it is tall. In the summer, it gets gorgeous white blooms that attract the bees, the butterflies, and the hummingbirds to the garden. A great plant that has multi-seasons of interest with not only its white flowers, but with its gorgeous season-long foliage. Leucothoe, also known as dog hobble, is an excellent deer-resistant shrub. And check out all of the gorgeous colors on the foliage of this plant. This plant is actually an evergreen, and it has shades of green and cream and orange and pink. And it just depends on where we're at in the season as to the color of the growth. So this is just one of those plants. It's like a chameleon. It's constantly changing. In this spring to early summer, there's gorgeous dangling little white flowers that are very fragrant and are nice for those early season pollinators. Paisley pup is also a native shrub. So if you're looking to add to your native collection of plants, this is just a great choice for that as well. It gets 3 to 4 foot tall and 4 to 5 foot wide. And it's just, I think it's one of those plants that if you're just looking for something different, maybe something that you didn't even know existed, this plant just checks so many boxes with its gorgeous foliage that's constantly changing, those springtime or early summer blooms, and it's deer resistant is just that added bonus to make this a complete package for a wonderful shrub to add into the garden. Hopefully this video gave you some inspiration on options of shrubs that you can plant in your garden that are deer proof. This is just scratching the surface. We're going to put a link below in the details on YouTube of all of the deer proof shrubs that we carry. And there's a lot of them to choose from. So the selection, I think, is probably going to be more than what you even ever thought of. But in addition to deer proof shrubs, we're going to also put a link to deer proof perennials, because I know a lot of times when we're creating garden spaces, we want to mix those perennials and the shrubs all together to have just a nice garden look. So we're gonna get you all set there too with some perennials that you can add into your garden that are also deer proof. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And I do feel like I just have to end this video with saying deer proof does not mean they will not touch it guaranteed. As with anything, if a deer is hungry enough, they will potentially browse your garden. But the plants that we're showing you today and listing for you today are an A rating, which means that they are very seldomly or rarely browsed by deer. Have fun starting your list for your deer resistant plants to add to your garden.